draft legislation coming out of India appears to have devastating wording that seems to indicate that India is possibly about to set in place the most draconian and harshest laws yet that we have seen in the cryptoverse. We'll be breaking that down in just a second. Before we do dive into that, if you are out there and you are looking for the best place to buy and sell a wide range of cryptocurrencies, then check out Binance. It is my personal recommended exchange as the most liquid cryptocurrency exchange in the industry. There is a referral link down below if you're not signed up yet. So, what exactly is the rumored draft bill in India proposing? Well, the bill, which is called Banning Cryptocurrencies and Regulation of Official Digital Currencies Bill 2019. Great name for the bill, guys. Great name. Now, this bill is proposing that mining, generating, holding, buying, selling, or dealing in cryptocurrencies, whether directly or indirectly, will become illegal in the country, and that the punishment will be as much as a 10-year prison sentence, as well as large fines up to 3 times the amount of crypto involved in whatever it was you were doing. Damn, mate, that's crazy. Those are probably the harshest laws yet in crypto which have been proposed, and of course will be a devastating blow to the crypto industry in India if this happens. However, it appears that initial reports about a blanket ban may actually be overblown, and that the actual bill may be simply stating that these punishments which are proposed and the restrictions which are proposed will apply to already illegal activities, potentially, or that there may simply be some exceptional circumstances in which those kind of punishments could be applied. So, to be honest, a lot remains unclear with this. We only have some tiny leaks at the moment. But to be honest, the government would be shooting itself in the foot if they actually decided to ban cryptos in such a way versus just regulating the industry. Even if those regulations are super strict and super draconian in themselves, regulate it, guys. It is also very important to underline that this has not become law yet. This is just a draft bill, a rumored draft bill at that. Things could change a lot between now and actually being passed into law, so you need to keep that in mind. Of course, we also have to consider that the Secretary of Economic Affairs, the Central Bank, the Indian SEC, and tax agencies have all reportedly worked on actually drafting this bill. Again, I would be very surprised if the final bill was not hard on crypto, no matter what it is, whether it's the rumored one that we see here or not. When asked about the bill, the Reserve Bank of India denied having knowledge or involvement in drafting the bill, so you can keep that in mind as well when considering this entire story. Also to keep in mind is that all we have to go by at the moment are anonymous sources with zero official declaration of anything from the government in India. So there is a decent chance that this story may lack total authenticity, could we say? Although it would fit the general narrative that we have seen from India and that we have actually seen from South Asia in general, which has kind of been a crypto-phobic region at the regulatory level anyway. Remember, the courts in India have stated that they are basically sitting back and waiting for the politicians to sit down and draft up some laws. So I don't see the courts necessarily challenging this if it comes out. But we might see the crypto community, the tech community, actually challenging this in the courts, but it won't be the courts who will be challenging the legislation if it does come to pass in whatever form it comes to pass. Now, if the bill does become law, then crypto holders in India will have a 90-day grace period during which they will have to declare and dispose of their cryptocurrencies. Screw that noise, man. If this is actually what's going to happen, and it's far from clear that that's going to be the case, but if that is what's going to happen, then get Bitcoin now and hodl it hard, my Indian friends. It'll be a lot easier to get it before this big crackdown happens, if it does happen. Also important, just to keep it real, let us just really count this as nothing more than a rumor at the moment until we actually do have some official announcements coming through from the government. Also, I wanted to mention why India matters so much to the overall crypto community. I mean, look, every country, every person, everywhere matters when it comes down to it. But in particular, India is an absolute powerhouse economically. The population of India is around 1.4 billion people. India has become a massive force in the tech world, and a lot of crypto teams are based in India or have come out of India. And of course, just like the Chinese crypto companies, Indian crypto companies, if there is a ban, will just register their businesses in Singapore and carry on as usual, as if nothing actually happened. Also important to note that the tech industry is an incredibly influential force within India and has actually been working to lobby to ensure that crypto remains a part of India's future. So my hat's off to those guys who are out there fighting the good fight in India. Also, the economy is huge with an annual GDP of $2.7 trillion, which according to the IMF makes it the 7th largest economy in the world. So it is a very substantial market to have in, not out of crypto. Now, just for reference to understand the wider picture as well, some of the other countries that still have crypto illegal, of course, include places like China, where it is illegal to buy or to sell cryptocurrency, but mining cryptocurrency and owning cryptocurrency, that's fine, not a problem. Algeria, purchase, sale, and holding is illegal and punishable by law. Saudi Arabia, total ban on buying, selling, and holding cryptocurrency. Bolivia, officially banned. Bangladesh, Bitcoin is illegal and punishable by jail time. Nepal has declared Bitcoin illegal as well. Morocco, official ban on cryptocurrencies. And there are a few others as well. We don't need to go through the entire list. So India creating a ban is far from an event that would be without precedent. Other countries have done it and have been enforcing it. In almost every single one of these countries, though, at least for the countries for which we have any kind of stats, Bitcoin is succeeding in spite of the official government stance on the currencies. Local Bitcoins, Paxful, BISC, peer-to-peer exchanging, black market OTC desks, dudes in back alleys with trench coats. All of these are allowing people to get their hands on Bitcoin. It can't be stopped, guys. Pandora's box has been opened. Regulatory proposals to stop it, it's ridiculous. And even if legislation that is anti-crypto to the point of a ban does actually pass into law in India, which, to be honest, I'm skeptical of, we do have to keep in mind that the crypto community of India is not going to take this lying down. They will go and challenge it in the courts. So we may see a reversal. And it could be like we've seen in some other countries that have in the past come out, outlawed cryptocurrency, but which have recently changed their opinions to allow at least for some kind of regulated crypto activity. Countries such as Egypt, they recently announced that regulated exchanges will now be allowed inside the country. Malaysia, basically the same deal that we saw in Egypt is playing out now. Pakistan is exploring regulations to allow the industry to thrive locally. Iran, a country where the mining industry has actually been taking off, as they have very cheap power prices, of course, has been exploring allowing Bitcoin to be regulated, albeit not to act as internal money within the country, but to be legal to own as an asset. And also, sadly, due to sanctions, pressure local bitcoins. It no longer operates in Iran, so a little bit harder for Iranians to get. Then we have a growing list of countries where Bitcoin is illegal as a payment mechanism, but you can still own it, or perhaps in which you can own it, but fiat on-ramps remain difficult at a regulatory level. There's all kinds of variations in this. But most countries have actually taken a positive stance towards cryptocurrency, with some real leaders emerging, countries like France and Japan and Australia and Switzerland and Malta and the Philippines and Canada, and to varying extents at least, the United States. I mean, New York is really an outlier there, but in general, the United States has been rather pro-crypto as well. But even in some of these countries, tax regulation remains unclear, status of tokens remains unclear, banking for companies remains elusive, and even in some situations, banks may ban their customers from buying cryptocurrencies using their debit or credit cards. So all this stuff factors in here, guys. It is super fascinating to see this proposed ban in India coming through, of course, right around the same time that Facebook is planning to launch Zuck Bucks, that's my official name for them, in India. Surely there is no connection between these two events, could there be? I mean, look, guys, I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's probably aliens, guys. It's probably the aliens. I know it is. Okay. Now, also, one point I did not mention earlier is that the new bill also is proposing the creation of the official state currency, the crypto rupee. Interesting. Would not be surprised to see them ban Bitcoin, but promote their own crypto rupee, which is about control, it's about taxes, and of course it has nothing to do with personal freedom. Remember, when Bitcoin is outlawed, then only outlaws will have Bitcoin. And me personally, I plan on being an outlaw and having Bitcoin to the bitter end, guys. Now, of course, if the ban in China has proven anything, it is that this will only make Bitcoin in India even cooler than it already is. It will not stop Bitcoin in India. It will just create a thriving black market, much like we have seen arise in China, where Indian traders are simply forced to pay a premium to change fiat over to crypto. And of course, once they have the crypto, they just use crypto like everyone else does on exchanges, or if they need a VPN, if they're geo-blocked, well, they can just do that. It's not going to stop much of anything. Government officials they're so ridiculous, guys. They're so out of steps with the time. It's ridiculous. And of course, what does this really amount to in the end? Just another awesome advertisement for crypto. I mean, honestly, this news, it's actually pretty bullish. You got to think of it like that. They're scared of Bitcoin. They cannot ignore Bitcoin. They are fighting Bitcoin. Stack, sats, and chill, my friends. It's my final thought of the day. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis on it. As always, guys, you let me know your opinion on the India story down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you did enjoy today's video. And of course, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell to know when I put out a new video. You guys are super awesome. Thank you so much. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.